And we are live at the Ritossa Family Office Investment Summit. Wonderful event here at the beautiful Waldorf Astoria on the Palm Jumeirah. It's our second time here at the same event in the same venue. I have with me here President Vít, my friend, President Vít of Liberland. We had a wonderful day today.
Of course.
And always an honor to have you on. So tell me a little bit, President, about what you have going on and what brought you here to the Ritossa Summit.
Well, Ritossa Summit is, of course, a great place to meet new people. But we actually had so many meetings that we could make it last couple of hours, but we still, I still already had like 5 very good meetings. But today what we did together, that was pretty cool. We actually visited some of the members of the royal family. That was very nice, and we are discussing about the future steps here in UAE. But we also visited our former representative to Barbados, now a official ambassador of Barbados to UAE, who is taking all the steps basically to represent Barbados in the whole region, which is pretty cool. He's like the pioneer for that.
Yeah.
But he's still Liberlander at heart, which is great to see. And it's also pretty cool that he gave us some credit now with the metaverse in embassy.
Yep.
Embassy in metaverse, actually, the other way around. And it's also great to see, how the crypto world is literally merging with the old world in a very positive way. It's really exciting. So, we are just starting here in Dubai, and it's rolling out pretty great.
Well, it is a couple of things that I thought were really interesting and encouraging. One, of course, I've mentioned Stephen Melnick a few times. He's a friend of ours. He works as a representative or an ambassador at large, whatever his official title is. But, he began working with Liberland and then really kind of parlayed that into many other things. And when you see a guy like Gabriel Abed, who we were just with him at his wonderful house, he was a wonderful host for us. And we were talking about how he started as an ambassador for Liberland to Barbados. And now he's an ambassador for Barbados to Dubai, or however that works, and going through that process. And it's it's amazing that that these types of things are happening. I guess it's amazing in one sense, but then it's not amazing in the other, because these are amazing people.
It is. And we've got another citizen, actually, who is also ambassador here in UAE from another country.
Yep.
And I'm not going to disclose his name, but
Okay.
but he has become the strongest developer of our blockchain governance.
Yes.
This is one of those things which sometimes you cannot understand, how these things can be connected, right?
Right.
So it's like the merger of the best developers on the substrate.
Yep.
And the Rust, which nobody really knows how to program.
Right.
And the really like the strongest guy that is able to help us to manage the code of the governance that we need to actually review by the end of the year.
Yep.
And we want to launch it next year. And it's coming from an active ambassador in Dubai, who is also directly connected with Liberland, which is, it's the world is so small.
Yes.
And it's so amazing in that sense.
It is so small. We're riding to Abu Dhabi to meet some of the royal family there, and I say, hey, do you know this guy? And that's how it all kind of.
But just to mention, like you text Gabriel after many years of not contacting him, completely independently from us planning to meet him, right? Like it's another complete amazing coincidence, right? People are sometimes making big things of small coincidences, but with so many big coincidences kind of happening at the same time, which is nice.
It is very nice, and the UAE is really, I call it the crossroads, and they really have set up something very special here for us all to use, and of course it's something that Liberland and President Vít is really using to our advantage. To push things forward. It's really important as a young country to get recognized. Maybe talk a little bit about that.
We're fighting in now 110 countries for recognition, and I think we've got a really good team. If you download the PDF brochure on the main site, you will see all the people that are involved. We just got a new representative in Georgia, which I'm also excited about, all happening in a couple of days. And yesterday at the dinner table, we got 3 new citizens, which was also pretty cool. All these things are happening here in Dubai. But we were talking with Gabriel how things should be lined up, and Liberland really is positioning itself as an example of how country can be run. right? Both on ideological level as well as on the technological level. And we are ready to unveil these things basically for our anniversary in April, 13th of April. That's the big event. I actually hope you will be able to join us. It will be happening in Liberland on boats. And hopefully we'll also get a bigger cruiser for this anniversary.
Yes.
So we will unveil both the metaverse, which is our land registry, which will be directly connected to our blockchain governance, where we are, I think, using one of the best technology which is out there. And it will be connected to this great community of Liberlanders, 700,000 people that applied for citizenship of Liberland, all connected through this network, making the decisions together, using the merit-based system basically to form the government, and voting on the constitution as well. So all these things are up in the next 4 months, and I'm really excited about them.
Well, I think obviously I think we'll have to be there. I know we've tracked a couple of different things, and as life was, this happened or that happened, but we are much more upwardly mobile these days, and so I think we will have to be there. It's just such a special thing, and one of the things that came up in our conversations today was back in the 30s or 40s, there were, I guess, many, dozens of different countries that were birthed and came out. And now we look around and maybe there's not so many countries that are...
We actually have zero competition so far.
I mean, that was a funny comment too, but go ahead.
Bitcoin City is still El Salvador, right? But I'm really happy about that happening. But on the other hand, there are not too many startup countries, right? That's and I wish actually we have more competition, and it's coming. I think it's just like metaverse are booming. There will be a boom of new countries, probably next decade. So
well, I would have to agree with you. I think there will be a boom of new countries. The metaverse is such an interesting representation, I feel like, of what's happening. And I know we talked a little bit about the metaverse and how that plays into Liberland. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We actually have a partnership now with Zaharit and Metaverse, which are great technological and architectural companies, and one of the best ones in the world. And Zaharit has designed 1/5 of Liberland and now is parceling the rest. And Metaverse is providing us with the technology of visualization. And we are ourselves building the bridge between our blockchain and the Metaverse or Metaverse itself. So it is, I think it will be also decentralized. That's what we're planning. Most technologically advanced metaverse that there is running on Unreal 4 or 5. And it's going to be exciting because that's going to be our land registry. And we will actually have double value, right? We have physical land and we have the virtual land. We need to make the project for the physical land anyway. But if we make that detailed project, why don't we turn it into super hyper-realistic virtual space as well, which will be leading the area of hyper-realistic metaverses with all these arts in it and with all the big partners, both from crypto world as NFT world. So we're inviting now, there will be nice page up in 3 days, which will allow you to actually join me in the space or my colleague and do the presentations of what exactly are we planning to do. You'll be able to go through it yourself. It will be world.liberland.org in 3 days from now. So you will be able to schedule a meeting with me over there and see what are all the different features. Just 5-minute meetings, and I want to spend 2 hours really meeting people and explaining them what we are planning to do, especially our citizens, of course.
Well, it's amazing. And, I've watched you over the years, and you're the way, you diplomatically, let's face it, walk a tightrope, right? I mean, you're in between a lot of different worlds, and it is hats off to you, right? You've kept the ship moving forward, and we're respected and growing, and everything else. So I think that having this ability for people to experience Liberland in this way really may be a tipping point for us, and where people can realize that yes, it is there, and yes, we are here. You mentioned 700,000 people.
The cool part is that you can actually be in the virtual world, as well as in April you can join us for the river cruise inside of Liberland itself, so you can enjoy both at the same time.
Right.
And it will be a hybrid event where we will partially host it in virtual Liberland and partially it will be physical. That's what I actually like about Liberland. We're like kind of living in the both worlds,
Yeah.
and we're trying to make the best out of the digital world first. So
Well, it's an amazing thing, Lieberland, guys, check it out. It's lieberland.org. Of course, you've seen various interviews over the years. I'm a huge supporter. Always have been working closely with President Vít as much as possible. It's an amazing thing.
awesome,
So
great to have
really,
you on board.
really appreciate it, and appreciate the friendship and everything else that we have. It was a wonderful day today. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon.